Hello, folks, and welcome back to Chris Wyatt Africa. Boy, we thought November 1st was going to be the day that the African National Congress got a reckoning. But it turns out it's November 22nd of 2021. What a stunning rebuke for the African National Congress. Unbelievable the events that unfolded across South Africa in major metropolitans and smaller metropolitan areas. Shocking developments. Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, both fall from ANC control, and a Democratic Alliance mayor is elected in a non-coalition, but support from opposition parties that claim that they weren't going to support the DA candidate there. The EFF Economic Freedom Fighters and the ActionSA party both back the Democratic Alliance candidate in eThekwini, which is Durban, and Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni. Shocking development. The ANC is on the outside. And today it's likely that in Motjoane, the nation's capital, Pretoria, the ANC will also find itself out. That would mean a clean sweep in the major metros inside the most prosperous, profitable, and wealthiest province in all of Africa, Gauteng province, meaning Motjoane, the capital, Johannesburg, the heart, and Ekurhuleni, the arrival point into South Africa with OR Tambo Airport, would be under the control of the opposition, and in each case likely to be a Democratic Alliance mayor. Shocking developments. Beyond that, many other strange things happened. Many other strange things. The council meeting at eThekwini, the Inkatha Freedom Party, which indicated would support the African National Congress, withdrew its support in a stunning rebuke. And now, based on the meeting, which was disrupted by ANC childish, juvenile, petulant behavior, opposition parties have indicated that they will elect Nicole of the Democratic Alliance in a stunning turn of events. This is shocking. The DA doesn't even have a plurality there of any sort. And unbelievable. The ANC, with 41% of the vote in the province and in the city, I should say, is going to find itself on the outs. Durban, Joburg, Pretoria, Ekurhuleni, all gone. The only bright spot in this entire mess is Nelson Mandela Bay, which the ANC has coveted since losing it 2016. Well, good luck with that. The city's falling apart, and you've got it back. Made a lot of promises. Not much going to happen here. This is an absolutely stunning rebuke of the African National Congress. Now, perhaps folks are starting to recognize a sinking ship when they see it. That is the SSANC. Or is something else in play here? Now, ActionSA, the party led by Herman Mashaba, former Democratic Alliance mayor of Johannesburg, claims that it's all about anything but the ANC, that they're there for the voters. And even though they didn't enter a coalition with the Democratic Alliance, there's no way they can vote for an ANC mayor. Well, I'll accept that, except that that wasn't a key point in their campaign. It wasn't anything but the ANC. Now it's anything but the ANC. So one has to wonder just how serious they are about their vote. So a suspect coalition partner, potentially, or a suspect voting partner. Now, what is the Economic Freedom Fighters? What are they up to? A cynic might say that they want to hurt the ANC. You don't even have to be cynical to say that. But a conspiracy theorist might be inclined to say, well, they voted for Democratic Alliance mayors, not just in Durban, Ekurhuleni, Joburg, and soon-to-be Motjoane, but also in places like Knysna in the Western Cape, which gave the DA the mayor position in a shocking development. Plus, EFF councillors voted with the DA elsewhere in the Western Cape. A conspiracy theorist would say that this is an effort on the part of the EFF to see the DA fail. Where the DA doesn't have a coalition to rule, they have to rely on these parties to get anything accomplished. And that's where the grift comes in. That's where the political parties jockey for what they want. So what's going to happen here? What's going to happen? Well, it seems very likely that the Democratic Alliance may have won an amazing series of victories on the 22nd of November. But stay tuned. These could be Pyrrhic or Pyrrhic victories. They may have thought they've won, but they may find themselves consumed in the flames of the conflagration as events progress. If these mayors, like Nicole, who is likely to become mayor of eThekwini or Durban, and also the mayor of Johannesburg, Mpho Phalatse, as well as Tania, Campbell in Ekurhuleni, are unable to accomplish service delivery for residents, then the DA's image will be forever tarnished and they'll be crushed in the 2024 elections. So congratulations to the DA, but you need to be very careful and you need to step gingerly as you go forward. Now, there's one interesting question here, two actually. The first is that why was a Democratic Alliance council member missing from the Nelson Mandela Bay meeting on Monday? One DA council member didn't show. Was that intentional? Something happened to the gentleman? Is he ill? Because in effect, instead of a 60-60 vote for the mayor, it became a 60-59 vote with the ANC taking control of the metro. Did the DA intentionally throw this race so they could be the official opposition, knowing that a factious leadership was not going to result in any change in Nelson Mandela Bay? One has to wonder. A cynic would say that the DA threw this, but we don't have the facts. But it is interesting supposition or food for thought. And the other one is the interesting case of Ekurhuleni, where a dynamic, fantastic mayoral candidate, whom I interviewed on this channel twice, Refiwe Ncheke, was poised to become the mayor. But with the DA getting so few seats and it seeming hopeless that they would have any snowball's chance in hell of getting the mayor's seat, she withdrew at the last minute and didn't show up after having been elected to a ward seat or proportional seat. Anyway, she didn't show up. Now, speculation is rumors running around rampant that she quit the DA, which I find highly unlikely. She's been with the DA her entire political life. So what's going on here? Well, more than likely, later supposition and commentary by folks may be more accurate, that as a member of the provincial legislature, she chose not to surrender her provincial legislature seat for the unlikely chance she get elected mayor, not knowing that the economic freedom fighters and ActionSA would throw their weight behind the DA, which had less than half the votes it needed to get its mayoral candidate elected. Shocking development to see Tania Campbell elected as mayor. She's as surprised as anyone else. So Refiwe Ncheke is not the mayor of Ekurhuleni, and that's a shame for the people of Ekurhuleni, but that's politics, and that's what happens. Strange, strange things. You see, the urge here to punish the African National Congress seems to have prevailed over the inability of these parties in opposition to form coalitions, especially in these big metros. Now, Mpho Phalatse got 144 votes versus the 118 that Mpho Morane got in Joburg, a clear win for her, even though the DA doesn't have a plurality there. In Ekurhuleni, Tania Campbell got 116 votes to the former mayor Masina's 105. Now, even stranger things happened on this day. The economic freedom fighters managed to get their first ever mayor position, this one in the Free State, in Metsimaholo. In Metsimaholo, they now have the mayor. I suppose it's an improvement. The previous mayor was a communist, member of the South African Communist Party, so perhaps it's better. But this is strange indeed, where Sasolburg is located at. Metsimaholo. Crazy stuff. The African National Congress is taking it on the chin elsewhere. They lost Lekwa in Mpumalanga province, and they lost it despite getting over 40% of the vote. They're out. They're out. They got nothing. The Lekwa Community Forum teamed up with opposition parties, and now they have control of this metro, or this municipality. Shocking development. The ANC gets walloped. They get a PK upside the head. And that's not the only place. Previously, in Maluti-a-Phofung in the Free State, that one previously fell to MAP 16, a group of disgruntled ANC members who exposed corruption and were kicked out of the party for their honesty. So they formed their own party called MAP 16, and MAP 16 formed a government. Now, here's the thing. In Maluti-a-Phofung, the ANC got 42% of the vote. 13 seats on the 30-seat council. And guess what they get? Nothing. They don't get the mayor. They're on the outside as everyone teamed up against them. Shocking developments in the elections and the outcome and coalition forming in South Africa. Many metros and municipalities now without coalitions, formal coalitions, but with mayors, as people voted for a candidate and went beyond their party ticket. Well, much more to follow, more analysis about what's unfolding in South Africa. This is crazy times, folks, crazy times. Shocking developments as all of this unfolds in South Africa. The DA has hung on to 4 councils in the Western Cape with help from its friends like the EFF and Knysna. And despite having no coalition agreement, the DA gets a big mayorship in Joburg, and they have taken over Ekurhuleni, and they'll get eThekwini as well, most likely tomorrow. It is unbelievable. ANC is really in trouble and could lose Motjoane as the council meets. It's just a shocking development across the board. Across the board. Is this a new political era? News 24 says it is. I would hold my breath on that. As I mentioned, EFF has gotten their first mayoral post ever. This one in Metsimaholo in the Free State. Unbelievable, unbelievable. ANC just loses all over the place. The Lekwa Community Forum, they're out there as well. Shocking developments in South Africa, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned for more developments and more analysis of the situation in South Africa right here on Chris Wyatt Africa. If you're not a subscriber, push the button right down. It costs you absolutely nothing. Cheers. Thanks for your time and your support.